Welcome to my dad's car. Enjoy!
Welcome to My Dad's Car, a podcast discussing our personal relationship with automotive nostalgia. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be about your dad's car. It can be your mum's, your grand's, your parents', guardians, or even a neighbour's. If it made an impression, let's talk about it. Okay, so how are we going to start this? What was it? Last Friday, wasn't it? Last Friday we went to Goodwood Revival. It was
yeah.
What, a week ago?
Yeah, it's gone fast, isn't it?
The sun's out today. The weather is slightly drier.
Yeah, it was a very what's the word?
Changeable was the weather.
Yeah, there's lots of sort of ducking for cover. But all in all, it was actually really nice, wasn't it? It was warm enough to sort of dry the track out and dry yourself out as well if need be. Yeah, no, it's really good. Decent turnout as usual. I've never been on the Friday before, so there wasn't actually any racing, was there? One race in the evening, yeah.
Mike and I, my brothers, we stayed to watch it, I think.
Right.
Apart from the last few laps, I think. But yeah, we stayed to watch that. But yeah, most of it was sort of qualifying and practice for the rest of the weekend. But it does mean there's less people on the ground.
Yeah.
You can move around easier.
Yeah.
And we may have had the pick of the weather for the weekend as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it was looking pretty dire on Saturday, Sunday, and pretty windy as well. But we found a nice little spot, didn't we? To watch, sort of near the chicane.
Yeah, hidden by a grandstand, weren't we? So we had a bit of shelter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite nice. I was there with sort of many hats on, really. With work, there was the VW Type 2 split screen display and track parade going on for the 75th anniversary of the Type 2. And the company I work for, Heritage, we've got a Type 2 pickup truck. So I was there doing the track parade on the Friday morning, which was quite fun. Driving around a couple of laps at a fairly slow pace.
Few gremlins with the vehicle.
There were a couple, yeah. We got there, got my brother signed on for his passenger wristband, at which point it was 8:30, at which point they were like, oh, they're just lining up now. The track parade was meant to start at 9. So yeah, ran to the truck, tried to start it. The paddock was noisy anyway where we were parked. Turns out the battery was flat from the interior light being on, so fortunately had a jump pack. So yeah, it was a little bit of a sweaty start, kind of panicking to get that done. But yeah, we got it started, then didn't stall it, fortunately, and we made it round, but there was 100, 120 fans going round. Yeah,
very good.
People hanging out the sunroofs and stuff. So yeah, it was kind of a good way to start. And that came with, a little bit of hospitality, which was nice. So, we got a bit of free food and drink. And yeah, you and your brother joined us for a spot of lunch.
Yeah, a nice little social day out.
Yeah.
No, it was really good. And yeah, I think anyone that hasn't been to Revival, it's recommended highly, isn't it, by us? Because yeah, I think it's just comparing it to the other Goodwood events, because it's less modern, I suppose. That's probably why it appeals more personally. But
yeah, it's quite the spectacle, isn't it?
Yeah.
They put a lot of effort into it. There's obviously all the grandstands. You've got to buy a ticket to go in them, but there's additional footbridges and stuff they put in place to help you kind of get around. There's obviously everyone's dressed up. There was like a shipwreck they'd built, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It was kind of, where's that come from? The whole sort of hippie scene with like a decorated school bus and stuff.
Yeah.
Live music everywhere.
Helicopter rides going off every however many minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems to grow and grow, doesn't it, year on year?
You went in the Earl's Court thing, didn't you?
Yeah, that's really good in there. Yeah.
So BMW had some really cool stuff, didn't they? All the art cars.
Yeah, I think it was the 50th anniversary of the art cars or whatever that is. But yeah, some nice stuff in there.
Yeah, it was really smart. And then they've got a lovely E21, and they 3 Series blue one.
Yeah.
Which was like almost set up in like a petrol station, wasn't it? They'd sort of built the whole thing, and the set building is just like a theatre or like a movie set, isn't it? Basically, what they build.
I remember when I lived in the village back in the day, when my parents had the shop, the Chinese restaurant, Chinese takeaway a few doors down. Mr. Chung, he had an E21.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Chung, yeah. It wasn't the same colour. It was like a sort of how would you describe it? Like a sort of very pale sort of green.
Okay.
Sort of silvery green, yeah.
Interesting.
I remember it's like a 118 or a 116 engine.
Yeah. I think I know the colour you mean. A little bit like VW in RE Silver, I think.
Yeah, I remember when he used to like cold start it, it sounded like it was really struggling to sort of come alive,
Yeah.
But eventually it did. He had that for years, old Kev.
Do you remember they did a sort of semi-convertible version? I think it's a Bauer Cabriolet.
Yeah, Bauer. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know whether I like them or not, but yeah, they're kind of...
No, don't really appeal to me personally. As someone that's quite into old BMWs, but yeah, those ones, I'm not really a massive fan. I'm sure there's a market for them, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool in there. Yeah, some old Alpines and a bit of Land Rover stuff in there as well. But yeah, the art cars are like the wide arch sort of Batmobile type things.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Talking serious dosh, aren't you, for those?
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, other stuff kind of out on track. Oh, I bumped into previous guest Tim Crichton. So yeah, he was there. He was in an Austin A35, which was kind of a mid-pack car really this year. He wasn't in a front runner, but yeah, all the same. So you're getting a little bit of track action, which is nice for him.
Yeah. I think a highlight for that event for me is just being in and around the paddock, really. If you can get in there, I think that's...
Yeah.
You can literally see, hear and smell it all, can't you, at first hand?
Yeah.
I think that's where the event sort of sets itself apart from a lot of other stuff. It's just so accessible, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you can get in. And also what's kind of really interesting is kind of the caliber of the drivers as well.
Yeah.
Like if you imagine, kind of in what other sport would you kind of get legends of that? It's like going to almost like a testimonial match at Anfield or kind of Old Trafford or whatever. And Giggs, Cantona, Beckham, whoever.
I think Jackie Stewart was there, wasn't he, at some point over the weekend? I believe.
Quite possibly.
Jenson was there.
Jenson was racing. Yeah, we saw him kind of out in the C-Type, didn't we? I think on the Friday, but him and I think it was Alex Bunker. They won their race, which was kind of in the wet as well. So they were giving it some sort of sliding action.
Yeah,
but yeah, Tom Christensen, kind of 9 times Le Mans winner or something like that. He was there.
Yeah,
Dario Marino, Franchitti, Jack Villeneuve.
Yeah,
was out in a yellow Cobra, his first trip there. So yeah, they got some serious names.
I suppose it's one of those events, isn't it, where it strikes a chord with such a wide age range, doesn't it? Because obviously you get all the old boys and girls that obviously lived it already back in the day, and a lot of the mechanics there are sort of leather-faced old chaps, aren't they? Just sort of like revving the engines, and I think that's the nice thing about. And we even saw a school trip, didn't we? I think it was going through at some point.
Oh, that was right. Yeah. What a school trip that is. Yeah,
all the little kids in bibs. Yeah, I think some teachers pulled quite a nice stroke there, haven't they? Signing that one off.
Yeah.
Probably not for the parents expense-wise, but not something you necessarily see every day, is it? A school trip at the revival, but...
No, that was very cool. Definitely one for the calendar if people haven't done it before.
Yeah.
The other one to consider, I've just bought tickets actually for members meeting in April. So similar to revival, no dressing up. Goes a little bit later, goes into the 80s.
Yeah.
You do have to be a member of the fellowship or kind of the drivers club to buy tickets, but action like the revival.
Yeah.
Less people again.
Yeah.
That's a really cool one.
Yeah.
So another one to consider. Definitely. Yeah. Be back again, I'm sure, next year if we can.
Yeah. It's the sort of thing that sums the revival up as well. It's just like how, I don't know, like the atmosphere there, how trusting everyone is. And it's just a nice, I hate to use the word vibe, but like when we're going back to our my brother drove us in a van, by the way, so when we were going back to the van in the car park when we were leaving, there was I don't even know what vehicle it was old and it had no roof, but obviously it had been raining, so someone just left the roof down. It's all getting wet inside, all the leather, and then in the footwell there was like a bag and a wax jacket of some kind. I just thought, where else would you just leave your stuff in there just ready to be preyed upon by someone? But yeah, I tend to think it is one of those events where, if you are a thief looking to get involved, then it's that's the one. Yeah, no, you can cut that bit out. But yeah, it's just I don't know, it's all just very friendly, isn't it? And
yeah, everyone's there for a good time.
I suppose it goes hand in hand with vintage sort of setting. It's just,
I saw it. I can't remember when it was, but I think Mike and I were queuing up for some food a bit later on, and there was a guy behind us, and he was just in a hoodie and jeans. And I kind of looked around the area where we were, and everyone's kind of in tweed and sort of period dress. I was like, you didn't want to get dressed up because you didn't want to look silly.
No, you look silly.
Now you look silly.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw... I mean, you could probably count on one hand how many people I saw that hadn't made some form of effort. You don't have to go crazy with it at all, do you, really? It's just... I think, yeah, you're right. If you don't do something dress-wise, then you probably are going to feel a bit silly.
Yeah.
Maybe had a note from his mum or something.
PE kit's in the wash.
Yeah. Trilby in the wash.
While you're there, you kind of do get into that zone. Like, I'm sure there's people, my sister-in-law did it at a members meeting, kind of came back with an expensive hat. She was like, I've got to buy a hat. Not worn it since because it's just not the right place to wear it. But actually there, you're like, oh yeah, definitely, I'll go for that tweed jacket and a set of +4s, and then you'd be left with, it's expensive.
Get stung on a £200 cravat, yeah. Jesus.
And yeah, hats off to Goodwood, another great one. Even, the weather couldn't kind of dampen it really, so we had a lovely time.
Yeah, I was slightly concerned that the car park was going to start to get a little bit sticky underfoot and under tyre, but it seemed to hold up okay on the Friday at least. So.
Yeah, I'd have liked to browse around the car park actually. I just didn't make it, but you get pre-66 parking, members parking and stuff. So yeah, there is some interesting stuff there.
Right. Yeah, the stuff that we saw by that time was ranging from old Mercs to Renault 21s and you name it, really.
Yeah, I think you walk past it. When you've seen two F40s in a car park, I didn't this time, but members meeting, I think I saw 2 or 3 in there.
Really?
And it was like, yeah, wow.
Yeah. But I don't know if I've ever seen an F40.
Yeah, that's, I think, my pinnacle car.
Is that like 5 million quid's worth now, something like that? Or...
No, I don't know whether they're that much.
Maybe not that much.
Yeah, million and a half probably.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Not affordable, but...
No, slightly closer to budget.
Yeah.
Still a little bit off. I have to stretch myself.
Yeah. Have a word of HSBC, see what they can do.
Yeah. I'll have that on buy now, pay later. House price every month.
6,000 months repayment scheme.
And you'll pay this off when you're 322. So, perfect, yeah. So, okay. Obviously, good to see you at the event. And
yeah, likewise.
Yeah, hopefully. Maybe we'll get up to NEC later in the year. Perhaps have a wander around that.
Yeah.
I'd applied for us to do some podcast awards, but they've announced the shortlist today. It doesn't look like we've made it, so that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. Do we still? I've not looked for a while. Like chart-wise, do we still?
No, Chartable, who was the company on the website who did it, doesn't function anymore.
Oh, right.
They don't run anymore. So it's all a little bit blurred as to what's what.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're on a bit of a down season at the moment because I've got decorating galore going on at the moment at home, but I'm hoping sometime into October we'll get kind of the next season, which will be 7, I think, out. Just got to get a couple of episodes under our belt so we're not starting from scratch because that's a tricky thing to run with, obviously having that kind of pressure to keep doing it. So I want a few under my belt before we go live with it. So thanks for those who are just patiently waiting for new My Dad's Car content. It is coming. We've got 7 or 8 episodes, I think, in the can already. We just need editing.
In the workshop, Andy, isn't it?
Yeah, in the workshop,
On the ramps.
Cutting room floor. We've got a little something planned for the 100th episode. Hopefully, it'll be with me.
Yeah.
So I will be the guest of honour.
We'll see if Jenson's available. And then if he's not...
Are you going to blow me out for Jenson Button? You absolute...
Maybe Ian Wright. He would probably do it, I reckon, because he's a big petrol head, isn't he, Ian?
Yeah.
And he likes his bikes.
I think there's no... I came away from Goodwood thinking, I didn't see Jenson in person, but his cars were sat in the paddock. Like, we could have just tucked a card under his wiper or
true.
handed it to the mechanic and said, look, can you pass this on?
Yeah.
But you live and you learn, don't you? You come away from these things, what if?
Yeah. I guess it's just with people like this, they are so busy.
Yeah.
And, if you want some of their time, it's probably going to cost, isn't it, I suppose, with most of them. And unless they sort of, are feeling nice and will give you...
I think... Hopefully the fact that the subject matter that we talk about is so nostalgic and close to heart that actually giving someone an opportunity to talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know his family background, but
no,
potentially like every time he's on telly, he's talking about racism for argument's sake, or kind of 90s football or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Probably unlikely someone's gone, tell us about this.
Yeah. I do remember him. I think he was on Top Gear when it rebooted.
Okay.
And I seem to remember him telling a story of like where his love for cars came from. And I think it was from his childhood. He got hit by a car.
Oh, no.
And then he heard the car speed off and he really liked the engine note. And he basically found out what that car was. And then I think he was hooked or something. I swear that's what the story was. It's probably out there.
How funny.
Yeah.
Okay, John.
All right, mate. I'm sure we'll speak soon.
Indeed.
Cheers. Bye.
Roll the credits.
Thank you for listening to My Dad's Car. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please support us. Buy us a coffee and subscribe. And tell all your friends. Bye!
Just a quick one, guys. Would you mind leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts? It really helps us to get found by new listeners. 5 stars would be fantastic. If you've got the time to leave us a few words as well, even better. Really appreciate it. Thank you.